All right, Maino, welcome back.
Back again.
Back again. In fact, your first interview was done right before we launched VladTV. And it came out right when VladTV was first starting.
That.
It was before High Hater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We went to your hood in Brooklyn.
I drove you around. I took you to a basketball game that we had. I had a team playing.
The Hustle Hard.
Hustle Hard,
Your man got stabbed and lifted his shirt up and had the the bandage wounds and everything. It was a cool little moment.
It was a different time then.
Yeah. Well, you were at the time, it was like, the world didn't really know whether Maino was gonna, go to the next level, or whether he's gonna kind of stay as an underground rapper.
Right, because this was back in the DVD mixtape era.
Exactly.
Right, so this was when we was just basically, putting songs together or rapping over other people's beats, and then having the DVDs was our way outside of the hood. This was the first time people was able to see rappers, in the environment. Not like being on MTV or something like that. So this is the first time we seen Kiss and stuff like that in a different kind of way. So I came up right in that era right there.
Yeah, and I was doing DVDs at the time. I had my own DVD. It was Hot in Here DVD, never quite blew. But then, VladTV came around, and then that's when
everything went online.
Everything went online, and then you had High Hater, which was your first hit song.
Came out a couple years after that. Yeah. But back then it was Rumors.
Right.
Rumors is what started it.
But Rumors, I felt, was kind of like the underground hit.
Yeah, but it was the song that put me in position to even get a deal.
Correct.
It was the song that started everything. That was the song I feel like changed my life, because had I never made that record, I would have never been, getting phone calls from record labels. That would have never happened for me. So if I didn't make Rumors, I probably wouldn't have made High Hater, and then so forth and on.
And Rumors, I felt, was kind of like the equivalent of the 50 Cent How to Rob.
It was in that vein.
In that vein, definitely. Where you started naming names and, kind of taking little shots at people.
It was attention grabbing. Like, at that point, though, it's like, you ain't got nothing to lose. It's like, what I'm going to do. Like, I'm on parole. I ain't got nothing to lose, and ain't nobody giving no opportunity. So your hunger is different, and your outlook on life in the industry is different. You ain't even been tainted by the industry because you ain't in it.
Yeah.
You want to be in it, and you don't care if you make friends or not. See, nowadays you look at it and say, damn, you burn a lot of bridges. But at that point, there's no bridges to burn.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
Yeah. I mean, and plus you were fresh out of jail after, 10 years?
Yeah.
You were used to a certain type of lifestyle.
Things done changed, huh?
Things have changed. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that whole situation, because you and I have had this conversation years ago, but I feel like the current VladTV audience doesn't really know the Maino story.
Right.
So before Maino the rapper, there was Maino the criminal. And you were involved in a kidnapping. So can you talk about that?
Man, Vlad, man, this is so ancient to me, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm in so much in a different place. But, here's the thing, man. When you're involved in the street very early, you get involved in things. And I was in the street early. I involved myself with numerous things. You understand? I wasn't a dude just from the hood and just, watching what was going on. I was actually participating. And, things happened. I was involved in a drug-related kidnapping. I wound up getting sentenced to 5 to 15. Out of that, I did 10 years. I could have did 5, but, hard-headed, young boy. And it was during that time when I was spending the time in prison that I started to rap. Never rapped a day in my life, but then I started to rap. I found a passion for that, and I came out and I started to make my way in the game. Now, the reason why I don't want to delve so deep into the particulars of that is just because I felt like I feel like some of that holds me back. I feel like a lot of that is talked about or was talked about very early on more than the actual music.
Fair enough.
So it was always Maino this, Maino that, but really not for the music. And like people really don't realize I sold 4 million singles.
All the above?
No, period.
Oh,
not
period.
just all
okay.
the above.
But All the Above was your biggest single.
That's my biggest single.
Yeah.
So what happens is that you get overlooked, or the whatever controversy or whatever the talk about you becomes greater than the talent. And I'm at a place right now where I've been free a long time. I put it like this, my son is 14.
Yeah.
All right, so I've been free a long time. And we only here to move forward, man.
Yeah.
You know, and get this money, man.
And in your defense, you've never been back to prison.
Never. But I've had incidents that always allowed me to be looked at in a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I've never been like underrated, like, you understand? In a certain sense, like I'm greater than what they give me the credit for. The music is greater than what they give me the credit for. You understand? It's always been. But, you know, we just got to keep pushing. And sometimes that's just what it is. Now, you know, it was a time when I was like, yeah, you know, I'm this, I'm that. But that's not the vibe right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the vibe. We accept who we are. We're going to be who we are, but at the same time, we moving forward.
I feel you. Now, I can cut this out if you want, if you just don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But I've mentioned this in a couple of my other interviews when interviewing other artists.
Right.
I feel like the story of how you got your scar is so important in terms of how people look at life and how people feel invincible.
I don't look at scars like battle wounds. I look at them as pieces of life.
Yeah.
I look at them as like they tell a story. You know, I have a couple of scars, most notably the one on my face, right? Now, that tells a story. You know, when you look at it, it's like, what happened to that guy? Now, I don't look at it as a negative thing. I look at it as like a learning experience. It's like you've been through something to help you get to another place, right? So whatever that tribulation was, that you could overcome it. So you wear the scar like it's jewelry. I would never change anything about my scars because I feel like it's like a relic in my life. You understand? It's like that statue, you understand, that you see and you be like, all right, that represents a certain point in time. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah. And what I tell people is that people think out here that their reputation of who they are and who they think they are makes them untouchable and makes them invincible. And this is why I tell them the Maino story of how, you know, essentially a dude that you cut at one point, you got into a barber chair and let him shave you with a razor.
He didn't. No, somebody else was cutting me. It was a barber cutting me, and he came on from behind him. But that type of thinking of being untouchable is wrong thinking. We see evidence of that every day. Like, every day. I mean, we dying every day, one way or another. You understand? And people getting hurt and shot and stuff like that. But I mean, nah, I don't think, only a child would think that he untouchable, or a child-minded person. You understand? And in my case, at that point, my mind was more child-minded. You know, my thought pattern was more, you know, not in a place that it should have been fully. It wasn't even grown. It wasn't even fully, you know, developed. So, you know, but like I said, things happen that help you develop into a person that you become. Yeah. So sometimes it's scars that help you get there.
Yeah. And, you know, and I interviewed True Life recently, and what he said, and the way he said it just so unapologetically was, he said that you absolutely cannot be a gangster and a rapper at the same time.
Right.
I feel like too many people try to maintain that image.
But that's what it is, though. It's just an image, though. Yeah. And as soon as we understand that, it's better to deal with that. See, before I was running into myself. I was running into myself, you know, because nobody ever had a real issue with me. It was me having issues with other things and other people. So I was running into myself, because that's all it is. It's about these dudes' image. And when you come from a place where you measure people by how real they are, based around how violent they are, or was, or still is, then you look at the rap game, it's like, oh man, these dudes is just fronting and lying and all that. But it comes a time when you got to say to yourself, look, man, I'm here to feed my family. Am I going to sit around and worry about these dudes? Am I going to sit around and worry about what these dudes are portraying and what they are not? What could I do? Because we'll be fighting a never-ending battle of trying to be the realest.
Yeah.
You're just going to, don't keep it so real. How real you going to keep it? You're going to keep it so real that you're going to lose it all trying to gain it all.
I've interviewed a lot of rappers in prison.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
More than I should have been. You know?
Yes, and see what happens.
Yeah. You know, who are doing triple life, who are trying to live by their lyrics.
Nah, we got at some point we got to know and understand this is a business. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And the sooner we get that, the sooner we understand that this is a business, this is a corporate business like any other business. Now they may sell and market image, but homie, ain't nobody telling you to go do nothing violent or stupid or whatever. That is something totally different. Now we held accountable for our own actions. So if you want to live out your lyrics and prove to the world that you the realest rapper, then it's only gonna end one way. I ain't here to prove it to nobody.